Hey guys, Scully the Galton here. Now, if you watched my Let's Plays of Watch Dogs Legion, you know I basically only started YouTube a while back. If you watched that one video I made where I basically wanted to see what, stuff I wanted to see in Mass Effect 5 and that, I kind of mistitled the video, and for some reason it won't, well, I didn't mistitle it, I just fucked up on, titling it, I guess you can call it. I don't really know, but for some reason it doesn't show up that much when you look up Mass Effect, which is kind of strange because I made it Pacific. But yeah, so Mass Effect Legendary Edition was confirmed yesterday on N7 Day. A happy belated N7 Day to everybody, by the way. Now, if you haven't seen the trailer for it, I suggest you go see it. It does look actually pretty good. The characters look nice. The graphics looks actually pretty decent. Well, not decent. You guys get what I'm trying to say. But something else was also confirmed yesterday. And I found this in a video. I don't remember the guy's video. I was just looking up random videos talking about the remastered. This was technically the worst kept secret. It was a game that was rumored to be in development, and there was even rumor that it got delayed a couple of times. Me personally, I'm happy they're bringing back the trilogy, but if you clicked on the title of this video, it says Mass Effect Mass Effect 4/5. Well, the reason it says 4/5 is because, well, I don't know what the new Mass Effect game is going to be called, because they did confirm that they are working on a new Mass Effect game. However, I do want to talk about stuff I want to see in the game like I did in that other video. However, it's all be a bit more, I guess, smoother, or you can say. Basically, we got confirmed that they are working on a game, and I think they said that it was in early development. No, I have no idea how long they've been working on it though. But I do really hope they bring back the classic races from the Milky Way galaxy. I do actually hope we do get actual Quarians in this game. And I know it is a bit early to be talking about the game. They haven't even said the name of it yet. They haven't said what it was about. They just said it was a new Mass Effect game they're working on. But I gotta reiterate, it's nice to see that they're basically redoing, well, not redoing, they're basically just upgrading the graphics for the original games. I don't know if they're adding things in it, because most days remasters and remakes are pretty much the same thing in my books. Of course, some of them are a bit different, but basically I'm trying to figure out the words to say here. They confirmed the fact that they're working on a new Mass Effect game. They confirmed the fact that an original team was working on the remaster, or with the upgrade graphics. But it makes me wonder, is this original team working on the new Mass Effect game? If they are, then I think they might be in good hands. And at least that's my opinion. Personally, I prefer Mass Effect 1 and 2. Mass Effect 3 was, well, I enjoyed a bit of the story. I hated the end story thing, though. That choice at the end of the game, the free choices, just didn't really sit well with me, I guess. But enough of that. Let's talk about, stuff I want to see in Mass Effect / Mass Effect X, I'm sorry guys, it's just I am trying to read stuff what I wrote down on and stare at the screen while I'm driving. But yeah, so let's talk about Mass Effect 4/5. And the reason it's called 4/5, the title of this video, is because, well, one, I don't really count Andromeda. I count it as its own separate game far in the future. Speaking of far in the future though, I do hope the next game is either set far in the future, or perhaps set in the past, during the First Contact War, with, the Turians. basically, I would like to actually see, like, that type of situation play out, or maybe the next Mass Effect game will actually have, like, a multiplayer where you end up actually playing in that type of thing. Shit, I really need it right there. But I'm gonna be honest, I'd rather it be far in the future. Like, there's no Reapers, there's, well, sadly no Shepard. It would just be like a new character, a fresh new start in the Mass Effect universe. I would also like to see the Council back, and I would like to see, like, Easter eggs or cameos from characters or that. And if you're wondering what do you mean cameos from characters, well, let's see. I'm pretty certain Asari can live for a long time. I hope I said that word right. Haven't used, like, the terms for the races for a while. Of course, also Krogans can as well, but anyways, I would like to see this type of game set far in the future, or I would like to actually see a Mass Effect game where you can actually play as the other races, and I know I'm not alone in that, like, comment, an end statement there. Me, I would love to play as, like, a Quarian, or heck, I wouldn't even mind playing as a Turian or even a Volus. Actually, I wouldn't mind playing as a Volus a little bit, but that was just because I would not stop laughing if I kept, like, never mind. But yeah, I would also like to see deeper, like, backstory mechanics, like making it so if you pick your backstory, it will actually affect the story of the game. I would also like to see it, basically I would like to see a Mass Effect role-playing game. Like, you start off as, I would like to see, I guess you can call it a, shit, I don't even remember what it is. I guess you can call it like a customization skill or something. I do not have a gun, shit. But anyways, I would like to see basically the ability to play as different races in the game. I would like to see a hard, like, set customization skill system. And I do mean, like, skill customization as in, like, leveling up, like, skills for your characters. However, I would like skills that would actually be available to, like, your characters off the bat based on, like, their race and their profession. Basically, let's say you're a mechanic, you grew up on, like, let's say you grew up on, like, the new reformed, like, Citadel, like the I'm sorry guys, I'm stuttering with my fucking words there. I would like to see the ability to basically make it so, like, you can customize your character's skills so that, like, I'm repeating my fucking self. I'm sorry guys, as I'm trying to look at my phone and drive right now, all on the game. Basically, I just want to see, like, a deep customization for the fucking backstory. The skills will, like, you have early on are basically because of your character or their profession. I would like to see it, like, customizable, like, say, like, if you were born or on a certain planet and you're, like, a certain race, you have a boost in stats towards that certain skill. Well, but you also have, like, negative stats and negative perks to certain other skills. Not that, I would like to see some of the classes from the original Mass Effect games to come back. And I would like to see the armor from Mass Effect Andromeda. That was basically one of the things I did like about that game. Basically where you can mismatch your armor. I would like to see that in the new Mass Effect game, but I would like to see it so you can actually basically design your own. I would also like to see, like, new mechanics in the game. I would like to see more romance options. I would like to see basically more unique characters, more unique planets, and I'd like to see more exploring in the game. However, I will like to say one thing. The game should not be built just around like the fighting mechanics and some of the other stuff. The story of Mass Effect Andromeda just seemed shitty to me. Yeah, when I first saw the game and saw like some of the races, I generally thought this game would actually be good because I did like Mass Effect stories. But they didn't go with the story, they just focused on the gameplay, I guess. So, that brings me to another thing. I would like to see them pay attention to the story, and then pay attention to the gameplay. Basically, focus on the story, you try to make it so it's like a branch in story, like, oh, you do this, it'll change part of the story. Basically, I'm trying to say, let's say you shoot somebody, and they knew where like a person was, where you're trying to like track them down. Like, say you're a bounty hunter. You shoot this one guy, he had information you needed, you couldn't get the information. That guy who you're hunting ends up going free, and you don't run into him till later on, and basically he's pissed that you like shot the person you shot, that sort of thing. Basically, I'm trying to say, make it so some of your choices affect the story and change certain outcomes. Like, make it so like the story will actually change as your choices go on. That would actually be really cool to see in a Mass Effect game. Oh, and for romance and like characters in the game, I wouldn't mind seeing basically a more in-depth like romance system. Basically taking characters you like on dates, not just you going down into a part of the ship and talking to them constantly and like flirting with them. Sure, you can flirt with them in the game, I hope, but I also hope you actually have to take them on dates in that.
Namely, non-violent crimes committed by people over the age of 75.
I wouldn't also mind seeing the ability to customize your ship. Basically make it so it's like a different type of ship, or even make it so it's like different colors than normal ships. Same with weapons, same with armor, same with character models. I wouldn't mind like seeing the ability to customize your like character fully. Like, most games do have a customization skill. Oh, but I'm talking about like a more in-depth one. And in Mass Effect 1 I had trouble customizing my Shepard, and I did decide to end up remaking him in Mass Effect 2, I guess? That's because I ended up doing a... well, I'll explain that probably in another video. But I would like to see a less glitchy version of like customization. Like, some of the facial features in Andromeda seemed off. Of some of the features in some of the older Mass Effect games seemed off once in a while. Like, you could find a bug or two, I believe, once in a while. At least I did. But those bugs I didn't mind in the trilogy because they weren't as bad. Oh shit, did not mean to do that. But, yeah, I would also like to see plenty of, like, references to, like, the original games. I guess I wouldn't mind seeing references to Andromeda. Heck, maybe this game takes place in the far future. Maybe some people in the Andromeda system found a way to make a mass relay, and they end up sending another one to the Milky Way, and basically you're able to travel to the Andromeda system, but also able to travel to the Milky Way. I think that would actually be interesting, but I'm not gonna lie. I think the... shit, I do not remember what they're called in the fucking Andromeda game. And those bone-faced bastards, I guess. I would like to see those guys basically gone from the game. And they don't, like, make sense to me at all. Oh, but I do hope to God they don't actually, like, do what I said about making it so you could go to the Andromeda system in the new game. Like, I really do hope they make it so you can't do that. I'm not saying that they shouldn't do that, but I'll say it would be interesting, but in my opinion that would be like crap, because one, I see Mass Effect Andromeda as its own standalone game. If you make it so it's like connected to the franchise, then people will say, oh, that was Mass Effect 4, and the next one's coming out, oh, it's Mass Effect 5. me personally, I see the next Mass Effect game being called Mass Effect 4, but just in case, I have this title of the video called Mass Effect 5. A feature I would also want to see in the next Mass Effect game is being able to customize like a player home. Like, living on like a ship technically is good and all, but to be honest, there's several people who would probably prefer to actually have player homes in certain, like, on certain planets and that. And I would actually like to basically role play as a character in the game, like a character I would make. Me personally, I would probably make a Quarian rock star who's basically famous, but he has like a strange personality. He's sarcastic, he's funny, and he's also flirty. Or just straight up a dick. But yeah, I would like to see like an ability to make it so like you can customize your character's personality and it would affect how they talk. Like, I'm basically imagine like if you pick certain traits to a character's personality, it will affect how they talk and act, and it would also affect certain dialogue choices and even like conversations and that. I believe it would also affect who you can romance in that. But the big thing I would love to see is there to be new races in the Milky Way galaxy, along with some old races. Now, this might actually also come as a little bit of a surprise and probably make some people mad. I did say I want to see like the ability to play as the original like races from the Milky Way, and with that, I don't think if they do make it so there's new races, I don't think the players should be allowed to play as them. And you might be wondering why. Well, it's simple. There is like always going to be different like races in different universes, like the way I see it. And like in the Mass Effect games and other games. There's certain races you can't play in certain video games as well. I don't remember the names of those games, but I would just like to see the original like species be able to play as. Any other species I wouldn't mind playing as them as well, so I guess you could add it. But again, I'm just going to say this now, this is just my personal opinion on what I want to see in the game and other stuff. And again, if you haven't seen the Legendary Edition Mass Effect like remaster trailer, go check it out. The characters in it do look good. I learned about it when I was watching a live stream yesterday, and what else? There was one other thing I wanted to add. Oh yeah, if you guys do end up doing a DLC, and this message is towards the developers, I really hope you guys actually make the DLC like based around, I guess, like the characters' like choices or that. Like make it so it's like basically if you do go with a role-playing like game, and I'm not saying you guys are, or let's say like the enemy of the game, like you manage to beat him, but somebody like survives for that, or you send a ship down on, or like you blow him up or that sort of thing. Let's say he had like a second in command, they end up like falling over a cliff or something. Basically, I would actually like to see a DLC where you end up fighting that person, or a DLC where you end up going to like a new like planet, like one that you were only able to explore for a little bit. I am not good at explaining DLCs, but if you guys did like some of that stuff, if I said, then that's great. If you guys didn't, I'm sorry. These are just my opinions. I would really love to see a Mass Effect game where it's like a role-playing game, or if we do get a Mass Effect game where it's just straight up like the trilogy where you play as like a basically a hero or a villain, then I'm fine with that. I would like to see the Paragon and Renegade choices in the game, but I would also like to see Impulse choices. I would like to see Paragon and Renegade choices for like choices that would actually like, I guess like be considered evil and good, And the impulse choices, those would be like impulse for certain characters. Which brings me back to another thing. I think the Renegade and Paragon choices should only be for people who are N7 or Spectres, which is going to be strange to explain. But basically I'm saying, and the characters should be able to like choose their backstory and make it so they pick their like career in that. And I imagine some people would love to play as an N7 or even a Spectre. But if you're playing as, like, let's say a pirate, a musician, I said magician by accident, and sorry about that, or even just straight up like a TV show host or a mercenary or a bounty hunter, you should have like a choice where it's like an impulse. And the way I see it, the impulse would like say what you're going to do before you like do it. Like, say like you're in a bar, you get pissed off at this one guy, the impulse button pops up, you don't press it, you end up talking to the guy, telling him to leave you alone, and he basically just it's annoying you more until eventually he just gets bored and walks away. Or you press the impulse button and you end up punching the guy. That would actually change like the scene, and like I'm thinking a 50-50 chance would happen where he would have friends with him, and his friends would get up and then start like a full-on bar fight. Which does bring me to another thing. I like the gun mechanics, but I wouldn't mind like seeing melee combat introduced into Mass Effect. In certain scenes of the trilogy and other things, you do have an option to actually punch people. However, the game is like considered, or in my opinion, to be like a shooting game. So if they don't add like melee mechanics in it, I'm fine with that. I do like shooting guns in video games, after all. But yeah, without further ado, that is the end of this live stream / video. Oh, this was just stuff in my opinion. If you didn't like the stuff in the video, let me know in the comments. And if you did like certain things of the video, let me know in the comments. And yeah, if you guys think that some of the stuff I said should be in the game, then comment on the parts I said that you liked. And yeah, leave a like, subscribe, go check out other channels that are also talking about Mass Effect. I imagine there's a lot of them. And yeah, this has been Scully the Goblin. To my fellow goblins, may your pockets always be full of gold. May your pillaging always be plentiful. And to anybody else out there, leave a like on the video, or you're going to have a horde of goblins outside your door. I'm just fucking with you. But yeah, Scully the Goblin here, and this is the end of the video. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.